Hello and a very warm welcome to our viewers in Nigeria and around the world. President Bola Tinubu has returned to We sincerely apologize for the break in transmission. President Bola Tinubu has returned to Abuja after a 7-day outing in Saudi Arabia and a day in Guinea-Bissau. The president's aircraft touched down on Thursday night at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. He arrived from Guinea-Bissau, where he attended the country's 50th Independence Day anniversary. President Tinubu had performed the Umrah, also known as the Lesser Hajj, on Sunday in Mecca after the summit. The sectoral debate bill to commence yesterday at the House of Representatives has been postponed owing to failure of the service chiefs to appear in person for the session. Invited to take the floor on Thursday were Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, and Chief of Air Staff, and the Inspector General of Police. However, rather than appearing in person, the service chiefs sent representatives, and a development that infuriated lawmakers who arrived at the chamber in the early hours of the day. Shortly after introducing themselves, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, via a point of order, drew the attention of lawmakers to the fact that the service chiefs were invited to appear in person and not by proxy. He subsequently moved a motion praying the House not to entertain presentations from the representatives of the service chief. Sustaining both the order and the motion, Speaker Abbas sent the guest away and directed the service chiefs to appear before the House on Tuesday, November 24, 2023, for the commencement of the debates. Similarly, the Senate on Thursday confirmed the nomination of Aminu Maida as the Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission. His confirmation followed the consideration and adoption of a report submitted to the effect by the Senate Committee on Communications, which screened the nominee on Wednesday. The committee chairman, Aliyu Ikra Bilbis, PDP Zamfara Central, while presenting the report during plenary, said Maida's nomination was in accordance with Section 8, Subsection 1 of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC Act 2003. He said that during the screening exercise conducted for confirmation of Maida's appointment on Wednesday, the committee found him worthy of the appointment. In a bid to promote unity in diversity, equity, and inclusivity in Nigeria, guest speaker led by Maaza Babangida at the 4th Nnamdi Azikiwe Annual Lecture and Award 2023 have admonished citizens to imbibe the patriotic principle and characters of the nation founding fathers as a panacea to curbing the ills facing the nation. Anthony Wamodu has the details.
In his opening speech, the Director General of Nnamdi Azikiwe Memorial Lecture, Chineme Onyeke, called on the federal government to take ownership of institutions named after the late national hero.
We hereby repeat ourselves to the federal government under Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to approve to us a land space here in Abuja to build a management center and a befitting Zik center for national unity. Our group that intend to reach out and partner with the government of President Bola Tinubu through his Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory. Our second request, and most important request, is for the federal government to take over the management of Zik's Onui Heaven heritage in Nsukka, Enugu State. When the Board of Trustees visited the Onui Heaven in Nsukka last month, led by the national patron, Professor D.U. Obata, the delegation literally wept at the state of abandonment of the resident.
Former Governor of Niger State, Dr. Babangida Aliyu, and the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar III, who was represented by the Emir of Wase, admonished Nigerians to cultivate the principles of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who fought for the dignity and unity of the country, regardless of his place of birth.
One is the foremost Nigerian, foremost politician, the best that Nigeria had produced. One at the beginning, Zik wanted one Nigeria. While other regionalists or other people who are describing Nigeria as a geographical expression, he was saying he was for one Nigeria.
What our forefathers have done, it seems that we have derailed from it. And I want to use this opportunity to ask Nigerians that we should come back to the way our forefathers actually gave the foundation of Nigeria.
Wife of late Dr. Azikiwe, Professor Uche Azikiwe, guest speaker and other guests at the lecture expressed their various views on the life and principles of Nigeria's founding fathers.
It gives us that willpower to continue believing in Nigeria. Because when we hear these social media people saying nonsense, we feel bad. But with something like this, we know that Zik is still alive.
Based on the ideology of Zik. Because Zik said, look, he saw America, how much they thrived, how much they were successful because they were united, irrespective. So he brought this back to Africa. And I wanted for us to have a united state of Africa. But of course, when that dream could not work out, he continued with his ideology and sacrificed his own executive prime ministership.
When they come together, you see the beauty of this country.
Highlight of the event emphasized on the importance of imbibing the values of patriotism and other enviable attributes exhibited by Nigeria's founding fathers, which the speakers unanimously agreed is a guarantee route to successful nation building. Anthony Momodu, Global Television News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission had declared Dauda Lawal of the People Democratic Party winner of the election. The All Progressive Congress governorship candidate Bello Matawalle had challenged the outcome of the March 18th governorship election at the tribunal, but his petition was dismissed for lacking in merit. Delivering the judgment on Thursday, the Court of Appeal declared the election as inconclusive and ordered INEC to hold a fresh elections in 2 local governments. The court also held that the INEC result viewing portal cannot be used for collation of result as done by the tribunal, adding that IRAV is meant to view results. The Chairman Senate Committee on Women Affairs, Ireti Kigigbe, has advocated for the inclusion of women in the recruitment of security agencies. Kigigbe, who spoke on Thursday in Abuja at a 2-day strategic sensitization workshop with senior officers of defense and security agencies and relevant committees of the National Assembly, said such inclusion would show the gender sensitivity of the country. In her remarks, Kigigbe called on the promotion of diversity and inclusivity within the security forces of gender responsiveness. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has appealed to Nigerians to be patient as President Tinubu's led administration tackles security challenges confronting the country. He said though he was not condemning anyone, the reality was that President Tinubu's present administration inherited tough times, adding that what the country needs is the cooperation of all to ensure the federal government eliminates all forms of insecurities in the country. Ribadu said this while speaking on the security situation in the country during the ongoing 19th Annual Nigerian Editor Conference in Uyo on Thursday with the theme stimulating economic growth, technology advancement, and role of media. He said that there had been a lot of improvement in the security situation of the nation, stressing that all hands must be on deck to surmount insecurity challenges. The Citizens Advocacy Group on Mental Health Nigeria, in a press conference on mental health integration into universal health coverage, has called on the National Health in NHIA to include mental health in its guidelines, ensuring that Nigerians have access to affordable and quality mental health. Global TV brings you reports.
It's very important for government to look into this critically, as much as we worry about all the physical health issues.
The Mandate Health Empowerment Initiative recognizes the importance of mental health in the broader context of overall well-being. The founder, Mandate Health Initiative, Zion Ahmed Abba, stated that the World Health Organization, WHO, estimates that more than 60 million Nigerians suffered from various mental illness, and that only about 10% of them are able to access appropriate care.
Mental health is a crucial aspect of human well-being that affects millions of Nigerians. Yet it is often neglected and stigmatized in our society. This is why the Citizens Advocacy Group on Mental Health Nigeria is calling on the National Health Insurance Authority and also the government of the federal government to make necessary moves and deliberate actions to include mental health into the guidelines of the National Health Insurance Authority. It will also interest you to also know that these have a way of increasing access to affordability and equality of mental health care.
Speaking further, Dr. Saadat Adam, founder of Secure the Future International Initiative, called on the federal government and all health agencies on the inclusion of mental health.
It is very important for Nigerians, especially the newly appointed ministers, to understand the importance of going back to every document that was assented by the former president, so they can include it in their present work scheme. It is very important to also understand that there is truly no health without mental health. I mean, if we talk about mental health today, that's the productivity of every citizen in Nigeria. And so if we don't pay attention to the mental health of our citizens, how do we then expect a productive nation? We are talking about political issues every day. We talk about insecurity every day. We talk about lack of productivity every day. We need to inculcate mental health in everything that we do. So
mental health in the National Health Insurance Authority guidelines is a necessary and urgent step to improve the well-being and welfare of the Nigerian people. Fauzi. The Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has directed all state public officials to start wearing the Adire Osun attire every Wednesday. The directive, which aims to boost the industry and enhance the cultural strengths of the state, bounds on all public servants of the state, including the State Executive Council, special advisors, ministries, departments, and agencies, amongst others. The development is made known in a communique issued on Thursday by the State Head of Service, Ayaleye Aina, and signed by the Governor's spokesperson, Olawale Abdul Rashid. You're watching Global TV News Circle, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the news cycles returns, Nigeria's central bank assures that its monetary reforms are yielding positive results. The news continues shortly with details of this and other stories right after this short break. Please don't go away. Welcome back to the live broadcast of News Cycle here at Global Television in the nation's capital, Abuja. On the foreign scene, Indian rescues warned on Friday it could take another 2 days for clearing rubble before they reach 40 workers who have been trapped in a collapsed tunnel for nearly a week. Evacuations have been removed debris since Sunday morning to create an escape route for the workers after a portion of the tunnel they were building collapsed in the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand. Rescue efforts have been slowed by debris that had continued to fall as workers labor to clear the tunnel. Engineers are trying to drive a steel pipe out about 90 centimeters wide through the debris, wide enough for the trapped men to be squeezed through. By Thursday night, only 18 meters of pipe had been inserted into the debris with the help of the new machine. Rescuers have been communicating with the trapped men using radios. Food, water, oxygen, and medicine have also been sent to the trapped workers via a 6-inch wide pipe. The head of the European Union delegation of ECOWAS, Enogbon Muma, says on Thursday that her organization had budgeted a total of 24.4 million euros to fight against the proliferation and illicit circulation of small arms and light weapons in Nigeria and other West African countries. She noted that reducing the availability of small arms and light weapons would help curb organized crime in the region. This was as a National Secretary Advisor, Nuhu Rubadu, says the proliferation of small arms and light weapons was undermining Nigeria's security. Calling for collaboration to end the scourge, they spoke at a roundtable meeting on the control of small arms and light weapons in Nigeria held in Abuja. In his remarks, the head of the EU delegation to ECOWAS, Moma, said illicit weapons, which are now even more readily available, threaten electoral processes, weaken police authority, promote sexual violence, and undermine security efforts to maintain peace. This is particularly worrisome in the face of the rise of criminal activities and violent extremism within the country and borders beyond. The Central Bank of Nigeria has said that its monetary policy reforms are beginning to have positive effects on the country's economy. Reacting to the just released inflation rate of October in a statement issued by the Director of Corporate Communications Department, CBN, Isa Abdul Mumin, the Apex Bank vowed to return to evidence-based monetary policy status to restore stakeholders' confidence in Nigeria's financial system. In October, the CBN Governor, Yemi Cardoso, says there was an urgent need for discontinuation of the unorthodox monetary policies and foreign currency management and unorthodox use of ways and means spending. According to data released by the National Bureau of Statistics, figures on Wednesday, inflation accelerated to 27.33% in October, a slight increase from September's 26.72%. The Apex Bank emphasized that the current inflation rate underscored the gradual influence of the CBN's money market reforms on the economy. Oil marketers stated on Thursday that the reason behind the long queue at the petroleum filling stations in Abuja and neighboring Nasarawa and Niger State is the insufficient supply of petroleum motor spirit by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL. The NNPCL, which is the sole importer of the product, refuted the oil marketers' claim, attributing the queues in the affected areas, particularly Abuja, to price war. The queues for petrol at filling stations in Abuja and its neighboring states in particular, as well as some southeast and south-south states, have persisted in the past few weeks. The National Public Relations Officer, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Okadike Chinidu, noted that though NNPCL had promised to discharge some vessels of PMS at Warri, Lagos and Calabar soon, the product had yet to arrive. This, according to the IPMAN official, was among the reasons private depot owners have raised the cost of their products, leading to the hike in pump prices of petrol at retail outlets. Tyson Fury and Oleg will fight for the undisputed heavyweight title in Saudi Arabia on February 17th. The organizers announced that Thursday British star Fury will put the WBC belt online, with the WBA, IBF and WBO titles held by Ukraine's Osgo also for the grabs in Riyadh. The winner will be crowded the heavyweight division's first undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis from 1999 to 2000. Fury 35 and Usyk 36, who were originally expected to clash on December 23rd, but Fury disappointed performance in a split decision victory over MMA star Francis Ngannou last month forced a delay to the hotly anticipated bout. That's it on Global TV News Circle. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across our social media platform using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fauziya Lukman, thanking you so very much for watching. I'll see you soon.